However, the greater the broad jump, the lower the vertical reach becomes. Every athlete has to find the right balance between how far up and forward they need to jump to maximize their reach and power. I recommend starting with broad jumping 1 foot in front of the baseline and continue broad jumping more and more little by little until you start to consistently hit into the net. Then bring back the broad jump slightly little by little until you can consistently serve over the net with a controlled broad jump. Most importantly, make sure you can still control your landings without injuring yourself. Now we'll talk about where to contact the ball. Your jump serve arm swing should be very similar to your spiking arm swing, where you're still trying to contact the ball as high as possible slightly in front of your hitting shoulder, except the main difference is where you actually contact the ball and where you'll be aiming for your jump serve. Keep your hand relaxed and open so you can take the shape of the ball and maximize your arm speed, control, and top spin. If your hand is too stiff, it will have an uncontrollable float effect and less top spin. Most of the ball should be felt just below the base of your middle finger, so focus most of your contact there. I like to think of the ball as the earth with the equator as my point of reference for the center line of the ball. If you have a lower vertical jump and reach, then contact the ball below the equator so the ball can go up first and then over the net. If you have an average vertical jump and reach, then contact the ball at the equator so the ball can be driven forward over the net. If you have an above average vertical jump and reach, then contact the ball slightly above the equator so you can have a more downward trajectory while still driving the ball forward. Lastly, we'll talk about where to aim the ball so it will have the highest chance of landing in the court with maximum power. Don't focus on aiming into the court because there's obviously a net in the way. Instead, focus on aiming the ball at the height of the first red or second white section of the antenna. If you aim through this plane, the ball will usually land in because gravity and topspin will drive the ball down. Make sure you keep your arm and hand relaxed so you can swing with maximum velocity and control, and follow through in the direction that you want the ball to go. A well-executed jump serve should not feel strained or painful. Instead, it should feel like a perfectly timed flow of energy, which is why it's important to understand where your jump serving power should come from. The height of the toss, which adds extra ball velocity, the momentum from your approach, specifically the backswing during the penultimate step, your foot position before you jump to open up your hips and shoulders, the bodyweight transfer of power through the broad jump, and the very last point of power is your arm swing. If you feel strained during your jump serve, then you're probably focusing too much on the arm swing aspect and not enough on the previous steps leading up to the arm swing. Let's watch some great jump serving examples that demonstrate the variety of different tossing styles, footwork, and timing.